Alright, these are my problems with Avengers Endgame. First of all, the first 2/3 of the movie was pretty boring. Nothing really significant happened. The only important things that happened were that Tony was saved and the Avengers found out that Thanos destroyed the stones. But the first 2/3 of the movie was just this big gray blob with little major plot developments. I also have a problem with Black Widow's death. She shouldn't have been the one who sacrificed herself. This kinda ties in with the fact that she has no clear character arc throughout the whole MCU. Yes, she had a violent and dark past, but that wasn't really her fault. She was born into that and wasn't given a choice. Plus, she became a good guy. She was an Avenger when the MCU movie started. I don't see what she had to make up for sacrificing herself. She's already changed for the better. If anyone should have sacrificed themselves, it should have been Hawkeye. He went down a dark path after Infinity War ended, and he had a lot to make up for. Him sacrificing himself would have made a lot more sense. Instead, Black Widow dies. And I believe this character has so much potential. Now, this might sound weird, given that she's been in so many movies, but she was never really a good character in those movies. I just started liking her in this movie. In most of the movies she was in, she barely had any character development. But I actually started to like her in this movie. But then she dies, so whatever, I guess. But we are getting a Black Widow movie, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, her presence throughout most of the MCU has been pretty lackluster, and I personally wanted to see more of her. Also have a big problem with Thanos. Thanos is not the same as he was in Infinity War. This one is way less likable and way less interesting than Infinity War Thanos. He doesn't even really do anything until the last fight of the movie. He just sits around for most of the movie until the last fight. And the only reason for this Thanos' reason for wiping out half the universe is because it's his destiny. That's it. He doesn't even mention the lack of resources in the universe. He doesn't talk at all about restoring balance or anything like that. He even says that he's going to shred the universe to its last atom so that no one will remember the old world. His motivations are entirely upside down. This is not the Thanos we know. This Thanos is much more simple and way more cartoony. The Thanos in Infinity War is the best villain in the MCU, but this one is just a poor imitation of him, and that sucks. Also, I want to point out that there's a lack of conflict throughout this movie, notably throughout the time travel scenes. Yes, these scenes are good love letters to the previous films, but these sequences were just too easy for the characters in my opinion. Yeah, the characters were great as always, but the characters can't save everything. They can't save a bad plot. Infinity War was engaging throughout the whole movie, not just the third. This movie had the potential to be the best one in the series. Also, the rat saving Ant-Man in the beginning was very stupid and really lazy. The writers could have and should have came up with something significantly better than that. So yeah, those are my main problems with Endgame. I think the amazing ending kind of tricked people into thinking this movie is perfect, including me. And although I've been talking bad about this movie for this whole video, I want to say that I walked out the theater satisfied. And I will say, this was a decent ending to the Infinity War saga. I'm just glad that the Russo brothers ended it decently. So yeah, that's my problems with Endgame. You can like and subscribe if you want. I also have a Patreon if you want to support me there. Anyways, bye.